Hello, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to more Apex news as we break down the results and some highlighted plays from yesterday's first ever Apex Legends event, that being the Twitch Rivals 50K series for North America as well as Europe. And if you guys enjoyed watching yesterday like I did, it was absolutely insane. We cannot argue with the viewership around this game so far. Several numbers coming back confirmed. If you guys did enjoy that on the 12th just yesterday, another tournament with most of these players will be back on the 19th, once again competing for 50K across North America as well as Europe. Now, we're mostly going to cover the North American players out there as well as the streamers because they're probably most notably known by many of you guys watching right now, but still, the numbers are incredible. This game is doing so well. I will point out one thing. This may not be the Fortnite crucial killer, but it is killing just about everything else in its path. Blackout being a huge one. I cannot see them coming back from this. It was absolutely astounding, and we could not have asked for a better first event for Apex Legends. So I hope you guys all enjoy. Let's break down some of the numbers before we get into the results for all of you and some highlighted plays by a few players out there who really are standing out already in Apex Legends Pro Play. First of which, guys, numbers are now in. 7 million hours were actually watched yesterday alone, equivalent to 800 years of view time in the past 24 hours for Apex Legends on Twitch. One of only 3 games of all time to actually break those numbers. And also on top of that, confirmed. We already had confirmed within the first 72 hours, this game broke 10 million concurrent players. Well, now within the first 6 days, it's officially broken 25 million players. Not any other game in history has ever done that, including Fortnite itself. You guys saw it yourself as well. Viewership for the game was subpar to none. It actually led Twitch all of yesterday and by a large sum as well. 700,000 concurrent viewers on the game itself the entire day. Shroud around 250K for most of the event. Doc himself up there. Ninja, of course, other streamers way past their usual numbers. Ninja probably a bit below what we saw for his peak of Fortnite, but still 250,000 viewers on Shroud stream speaks for itself. Just a sheer amount of viewers around this event right now, and this game is going certainly in the right direction, and I cannot wait for future events because this one was super fun to watch. If you guys do not know the current standings, or of course the final standings have as well been released, I will link them down below for all of you guys to watch, and it came down to a 1-point difference. If you guys were not aware as well, 1 point per kill as well as 5 points for a victory. These teams were given 3 hours to play as many games as possible and score as many points as possible, and it came down to just 1 point. Could we have asked for anything better? Probably not. And it came down to Ninja, of course, his now notorious and very popular tweet, guys, winning his first ever Apex Legends title. Now across 4 different esports, he accomplished this. But alongside him, guys, the NRG boys, King Richard and Dizzy. Dizzy was the most valuable player unannounced of the event, and by far and away has now become the forefront of this scene. I enjoyed watching this guy so much. The most notable guy, not only because of his kills. The first game together, this trio won their first game. He dropped a 21 bomb. Later on, I think he dropped another 22 bomb himself, 22 kills that is, and he was just so friendly while doing it. I mean, if you guys actually watch Ninja's stream or his stream as well, his comms are so calm, they're so nice, and he's also just a cold-blooded killer. And anyway, right behind them, just by 1 point, it came down to the final game, and again, this team led the entire way, that team being Reed's Money team, VSNZ, Chaco, and Husker. VSNZ definitely probably the MVP of this trio, but many trios had many notable players. It's not like one was really lagging behind way too much in this competition, but still, they come in second. It comes down to the exact final game, which was incredible to see. We also, of course, have former CSGO teammates Shroud and Skadoodle. I always love watching them play games together, and alongside them, Justin. I think they were certainly a favored team here, likely to win it, as they did in Blackout. They dominated their first event, or at least Shroud did, so they come in 3rd place, and then back in 5th place, notable mention for Vis and Crafty alongside Doc. I think Vis was the standout player for them, but again, a pretty solid trio nonetheless. In 5th place, Summit and crew, Tim the Tapman, they were a bit held back this event. We'll see him hopefully in future events come back as well. And the all-female team, MDK, coming in last places there, rounding out the numbers for North American side of things. But let's break down some highlight plays for all of you. And again, I will say, I think my overall 3 MVPs, you guys can leave your comments down below as who you thought were the standout players. I think Vis was definitely a standout. VSNZ, number 1 though, has to be Dizzy. He was just so fun to watch. But let's break down some highlight plays. I chose 3. You guys can, of course, leave your links down below if you want to, or leave your comments as to what you thought were highlight plays, because there were so many, right? So many squad wipes, so many 1v2s, 1v3s. It's the kind of game that definitely promotes highlight clips out there. The first of which, though, has to be Dizzy himself in a 1v3.
And finishing games quickly is going to be a big difference if you roll into third party by himself.
What we got to consider when he finds other people, what does he do? Flat initiate. Okay, that's one. He's got 2 others by himself here with the wingman. Popped it off. That's 90 damage to the purple armor, but he's got to be able to get out of here. He has an iframe, shotgun, lit. That's going to be the second knock as he gets it. Full reload now. Full shielding as well. Does he end up buying time? Not necessary. Turns around. That's 41 damage, 42. And
Oh my gosh!
3.
He told you,
by
guys, I hope
Dizzy.
you're going to be okay because I'm going to go out hunting tonight.
And also, my man Skadoodle, if you guys do not know, I love covering CSGO news as well. He retired a few months ago, and this clip really brought back some memories. He finishes off a 1v3 with the longbow, and here's that.
And they decide to go back
Mozambique.
around, and they hear
Oh,
what's
there
going
it
on.
is.
And there we go, just like we're talking about. He's able to get one, though. It does have the extended mag, so he can flop off a little bit more shots of that wingman.
flank.
Tries to get a little bit of the flank. He is
Down the hill.
Down the hill he goes. The sliding silent killer is able to get it. Goes down with the longbow, is able to hit the 55.
Let's
He
go.
gets the elimination. 1v3 Skadoodle, what are you doing?
But the overall #1 play in his 22 kill match, that being again Dizzy. I know you guys might be upset I mentioned him way too many times, and he's 2 of the 3 highlight clips, but he was just that standout the entire time. Shroud had plenty of highlights, Doc himself. Again, there were plenty of players who did very well, but Dizzy, a far and away standout player, a squad wipe and more with this clip.
Able to get this recover?
All three in front
It
of me.
says the recovery there, but I think that might be a Slate UI adjustment there. Don't think that's going to be the case.
One.
Nice 45. Knock number 2. Does he find himself a third? I mean,
Where's more
at
numbers?
this point, I'm upset when numbers don't display.
Look at
on
all
the
them pretty
screen.
numbers.
21. He's tied his all-time high of today thus far.
Mastiff?
He's popping with the Mastiff. That's 90. That's the champion. Dizzy, Kings Canyon. I think they just took the lead.
22, they certainly did.
And very lastly, in this breakdown, I'm trying to figure out if you guys could leave a comment down below. I would love to know how to actually break down these events even further, because it's been kind of tricky, you know, with these high kill events. We can show the standings, we can try and break down as much as possible, but watching all the gameplay across all these popular streamers is pretty difficult. But so I got some fun facts for all of you guys. Across all these lineups, the only Apex Legend to not be really played too frequently was actually Gibraltar. The most common loadout we saw amongst trios, I believe 7 of the 8 across North American EU top teams. So of the top 4 teams in each region, 7 of those teams had the same loadout. That being, of course, Wraith. We also had Bangalore, and also Bloodhound being that third character. I think Ninja actually eventually switched back to Bloodhound, so that was the most common trio of Apex Legends we did see. Bangalore, Wraith, and alongside them Bloodhound was the most common. And of course, weapon combos out there. The Wingman was probably the most popular alongside the Peacemaker. That was a pretty often combo there. Alongside the Spitfire were probably your 3 most picked up weapons. The Prowler could be mentioned as well if you did manage to find it and get it all gold, but those were probably your most popular loadouts and weapons. And of course, you guys can leave your feedback down below what you thought you saw most frequently. We are definitely developing some sort of a meta, right? And when it comes to the best trios out there, developing some sort of way for all of us to kind of pick off these streamers and choose our best loadouts alongside them. That's what I saw. I don't know what you guys saw, but as always, I hope you guys all enjoy our first ever Apex Legends event breakdown. My name is Jake. I'll be back here the 19th or hopefully sooner as we approach some more updates for the game. The 1-year path is underway. 25 million plus players and growing. And as always, I hope you guys all enjoy. I'll see you next time.